This is a critical moment and time for YUL. Right now, YUL is saying that there is nothing in this world, nothing whatsoever, and he is serious about it. Nothing whatsoever will make him divorce May. I'm sure most of you must have asked why this divorce took this long. Apart from bureaucratic process, delay, and many other issues or issue that comes up during divorce, I think getting married is easier than breaking. Most times people will say building is difficult, much more than destroying that building that you have built, physical one. But in the case of marriage, destruction of a marriage is not an easy job. It's not something you just walk up to the court and then you put an end to it. In certain climes, in some other country, it might be easy depending on the circumstances around it. Particularly if there are things to contest or one person is not agreeing to one thing that should be agreed to, and they have a lawyer who is an expert in manipulation. They might take a long time in court, which is profitable to both lawyers and even the court. At times, the court makes money of these things. Well, as it is right now, YUL is saying that May remains his wife, and it is better for her to quickly rush to put an end to this divorce ASAP. In fact, due to the conversation on social media, YUL is trying to present himself as a man who has been jujued, who is under a spell or is acting from the influence, out of the influence of a spell, that he is not in his right senses. Recall that Auntie Rita Edochie, who has been more outspoken, she has presented this juju thing to the public. She even made mention of a black egg pot and many of these things that we've seen in Nollywood Asaba, which does not necessarily depict the culture, but then they need to keep you guys interested. They need to keep you watching. YUL wants to ride on this. He wants to pretend as if all his actions should not be considered as his own. He doesn't want to be responsible for these actions. He wants it to appear like a drunk person or a mad person who cannot be held liable, held responsible for their action. They will say, oh, this one, he has mental problems, so his actions cannot, even when they RIP somebody, like how Kambilichuku was RIP. So he cannot be held responsible. He can't be held responsible for his action. That is what he wants us to believe. Now, YUL moved further. He didn't stop. He didn't stop at that. No. He went ahead to convince his daughter, Danielle, that Danielle should speak to her mother. Speak to your mother. Tell your mom that she should stop ASAP that this divorce is a no-go area. After all, she has also taken her own pound of flesh. What is YUL trying to say? Indirectly, like, after all, she has also moved out there into the world of relationship with other people. And someone must have helped her to do the doings. So if she is going to say, YUL, I swear, from the day I met you till maybe the day, whatever, no man has seen my nakedness. But now, it might not be something that me can confidently put her hand on her chest and say, yes, this is true. That's the insinuation YUL is presenting. That, it is what it is. So tell her to put an end to this thing. Let us forge together as a unit against all odds. Let us put together all our investment. I'm sure you are laughing now when you hear investment. Let us collate it together. All that we have accrued over time. I'm sure you are laughing too. Like, really? What has YUL gathered? What has he accrued all this while? He has accrued curses, foolishness. So he wants to add all of these together with the blessings of May. So these are the things that YUL is telling Danielle, saying, look, I love you all. Do you want to be without a father? Do you want them to now start putting up placards saying justice for YUL, justice for YUL after I'm no longer alive? So he's trying to use this kind of emotional strategy, manipulation on his daughter, saying, go meet your mom, force your mom, knowing fully that whatever Danielle says, if those children begin to throw tantrums, that's the power that children wield. Children wield this power. If they begin to throw tantrums, they will break into that wall that you have built. Why are you treating daddy this way? After all, he has asked for forgiveness. He says he's sorry. Why? Do you want him to RIP? I don't even know why your heart is like this. You asked me to forgive this person the other time, but why can't you forgive daddy? So his own sin is beyond forgiveness. So YUL is trying to manipulate Danielle, saying, do you want to be without daddy? Do you want to be without a father? Speak to your mom. Tell her to put an end to this divorce. I love you all. I want us all to stay together as one as we used to be. It has happened. It has happened. It's a journey that you will also find out as you grow up, that there are certain complications. We are not perfect. We are human beings. So you also try to address the part of surname. And the reason why YUL is acting this way, the reason is because of the 15th of this month, where they will be meeting in court. YUL is doing everything possible to make sure that this is stalled. Even the Judy Austin ICU thing, a lot of people are believing that this is just a ploy to give an excuse not to come to court. And also, the major probably worrying YUL is how he allowed Judy Austin to yank off Obasi, the surname of her children. Now she has changed it to EDOCHIE. The question is this: who gave you the authority and the right to do so? A big question. A very big question. What and who gave you the right to do this? As a member of a family or a clan, there are certain actions you cannot take. without consultation. But he did allow. Why? Because they needed to fight Mr. Obasi to finish. In other words, Mr. Obasi, those children are not yours. That is the answer. Simply, that's the answer that they are giving to Mr. Obasi. Why will YUL allow these things? That is the question.